Hello everybody, this is Ramesh Pani. In this video, we can talk about one-to-one function and inverse function. One-to-one function. For a one-to-one function, each x value input corresponds to only one y value output. And each y value output corresponds to only one x value input. It means only one x value corresponds to one y value and one y values corresponds to one x values. The y values should not be repeated and the x value also should not be repeated. Let us see some example. The function f is the order pair 6 and 2, 5 and 4, -1 and 0, 7 and 3. Look at this order pair. Here the x value is 6, here the y value is 2. In this order pair, the x value is 5, y value is 4. Here x value is -1, y value is 0. Here x value is 7, y value is 3. Now each x value corresponds to one y values. So this is a one-to-one function. Look at the second example. Here the x values 3 corresponds to y values 9, and look at this order pair. The x values -3 corresponds to 9. So this g is not one-to-one function because the y values 9 corresponds to different x values. So we cannot say this is a one-to-one function. Look at the third example. Here the input gypsum and stibnite has same output values 2. That means the output corresponds to two different input, gypsum and stibnite. So it is not a one-to-one function. Let us find some horizontal line test. If every horizontal line intersects the graph of a function at most once, then the function is one-to-one function. That means it should intersect the graph only one time. If it intersects more than one time, that is not a one-to-one function. Look at this graph. We draw a horizontal line, and this line intersects the graph in two places. So it is not a one-to-one function. Here it intersects only once, so it is a one-to-one function. Here it intersects two times, so it is not a one-to-one function. Inverse function. The inverse of a one-to-one function f is the one-to-one function f inverse that consists of the set of all ordered pairs yx, where x and y belongs to f. Look at here. The order pair of function f is x and y. If you switch the coordinate of the order pair of function f and y, we'll get y and x, which is the order pair for f inverse. Find the inverse of the one-to-one function. See here, the function f has order pair 0, 1, negative 2, 7, 3 and negative 6, 4 and 4. To find the order pair for f inverse, switch coordinates of each order pair of the function f. Here the x coordinate 0 becomes the y coordinate for f inverse, and the y coordinate is 1 becomes the x coordinate for f inverse. Similarly for the other order pairs. The symbol f inverse is a single that denotes the inverse of the function f. It denotes the inverse of the function. It is read as f inverse. The symbol does not mean 1 over f. This is a single function. It doesn't mean 1 over f. Finding the equation of the inverse of a function. We'll find the equation of the inverse of a function. There are 4 steps to find the inverse of a function. We'll follow these 4 steps. Let us follow these 4 steps to find the inverse of the function. The function is given here, f of x equal to x plus 3. The first step is replace f of x with y. That means here f of x will write in the place of f of x y. So y equal to x plus 3. The second step, interchange x and y. Look at here. In the place of y, we write x. In the place of x, we write y. So you interchange, or we can say switch x and y. Solve for y. So subtract 3 from both sides. We will get x minus 3 equal to y. So we solve the value of y and we get x minus 3. Replace y with f inverse x. So here y equal to x minus 3 we can write, so we have to replace y with f inverse x. So f inverse x equal to x minus 3. So this is the equation of the inverse function. The original function is x plus 3 and we get the inverse function x minus 3. The inverse of f of x equal to x plus 3 equal to x minus 3. This is a function and its inverse is x minus 3. Let us substitute 1 in the function. For x equal to 1 we get y equal to 4. So the order pair is 1 and 4. Let us substitute this 4 in this inverse function. We get the y value 1, so the order pair is 4 and 1. Look at this order pair. The coordinates are switched. Here the x values becomes the y values and the y values becomes the x values. The coordinates are switched as we expected. Graphing of inverse function. F of x is a function 3x minus 5 and its inverse f inverse x equal to x plus 5 over 3. Let us graph these two functions f and f inverse in the same set of axes. For graphing we need the order pairs. Let us take the values of x 1 and you substitute here, we will get negative 2, then 0, substitute here, we will get negative 5, 5 over 3, substitute here, we will get 0. So we get some order pair. To draw the graph, let us find the order pair for f inverse x. Plug in negative 2 here, we get 1. Substitute negative 5 here, we get 0. Substitute 0 in place of x, we get 5 over 3. Now we get some order pair. Look at the x coordinates is the y coordinate for f inverse. Here the y coordinate for f of x is the x coordinate for f inverse x. Now let us graph these points on the same coordinate axis. Look at here, this blue line is the graph for f of x equal to 3x minus 5 and this red line is the graph for f inverse x equal to x plus 5 over 3 and this dashed line is the equation for y equal to x. This is the extra line, but you draw, this is because this looks like the mirror and image for each other. This dashed line is the mirror and this f and f inverse are mirror image. This is true for every function and its inverse function. Thank you.